2 work days down, 1 work day to go. It's Grizzlies training camp presented by Ortho South. I'm Michael Wallace, joined by Grizzlies broadcast extraordinaire Pete Pranica. And Pete, we're going to start off today's recap with a bit of encouraging news.
Good
as it
news
relates,
for a
yes,
change
yes,
when it comes to injuries.
as it relates to Jaren Jackson Jr.'s hamstring issue. Taylor Jenkins confirmed that the MRI that Jackson underwent on Tuesday came back with a low-level grade strain. So the optimism is there. Jaren's not going to be out for long, but you got to prioritize giving him the rest and the recovery he needs.
That's exactly what Jaren will get. He'll get the rest and recovery time that he needs. Taylor Jenkins said there's no real timetable. Obviously, they're going to be cautious with him, but it's about the best news you could have after yesterday's report.
Yes, and you talk about one more day of work here at the Ensworth School. The Grizzlies have been focusing. Day 1 was about offense and implementation. Day 2 is down and dirty, get rugged, get the defensive principles set. What did Taylor and the guys talk about in terms of that defensive process that they're going through right now?
Well, the defensive principles that the Grizzlies will use this year will largely be the same as they have used in the past. But Taylor Jenkins said we had to have some hard conversations. He said, you guys have looked at all kinds of tape of our defense. You know what type of defense we're supposed to play. You have to do it on a more consistent basis. It's commitment to detail for 48 minutes out of the game, not every once in a while. And so he had those hard conversations with players, and they understand the concepts. Remember that the Grizzlies are trying to up their pace, get their number of possessions up. Well, that means that you're going to have to pressure the ball a whole lot more maybe than the Grizzlies have in the past. So look for more pressure defense to create more turnovers, more possessions for the Grizzlies, and for the Grizzlies to have a more extensive and concentrated defensive focus.
One of the things about the Grizzlies, even during last year's injury struggles, was that this team still ranked as a top 10 defensive team. So the effort, the execution, and the system has been in place. It's been tweaked a little bit with some of the revamped coaching staff additions that they made this offseason. But they are, as you said, I'm excited about seeing these guys pressure full court. Most teams aren't used to seeing pressure full court to get the paces up and the possessions up from that standpoint. Now, the accountability piece. You know, some guys talked about, you know, how they need to bring this team together. They can't be afraid of hard conversations. Marcus Smart certainly isn't afraid of a hard conversation, and Desmond Bane certainly brings the credibility here to have those kind of hard conversations.
Yeah, and the press availability today, talking with Desmond Bane, he said, look, yeah, we've had these hard conversations, and he was asked if those hard conversations bothered him. He said, no. We've been in the league long enough. We know what this is all about. We want to get better, and we're going to have those hard conversations and have accountability between the coaching staff and the players and among the players if this defensive focus is going to work.
And defense is going to be the focus again on day 3 on Thursday as the Grizzlies wrap up training camp right here on Thursday at the Ensworth School. For Pete Pranica, I'm Michael Wallace. Keep it locked on all of our Grizzlies training camp content presented by Ortho South.